So last week I spoke about the building downtown, which costs $2 million. And some of the criticism that came from that, and I had a couple of people reach out to me, some of the criticism was that that building is overpriced. I said last week that I didn't think 2 million was a big number. I think it's a big number, but I didn't think it was overpriced. I didn't want people to hear me say that it was overpriced. A downtown piece of large real estate, $2 million, doesn't seem like a lot for what it could do. The problem is, and a lot of people reached out to tell me this, is that it probably needs a lot more work than what you know about just looking at it from the outside. Now, they did a paint job. They made the stairs inside look kind of nice. Someone did reach out to tell me that there had been a fire there once upon a time. Someone also told me that it might need new I-beams at the top, and those things run pretty pricey. So I'm happy to say that maybe 2 million is too expensive for that building. So what is a reasonable price for a downtown piece of real estate in Owensboro right now? I want to know what people have to say about that. What is a reasonable price? Downtown's really nice. The riverfront has made Owensboro, downtown has made Owensboro a really nice place to live. Now, some things have gone in downtown which have been awful, and they've left pretty quickly. Some restaurants and spaces downtown are fantastic. Bistro, the pub, Lure, among many others. Downtown are fantastic. But a lot of small businesses attempt to get downtown because they think that's where the attraction is. And they might not even be able to get there because of the prices, because of the rents. They also may struggle to get the business that they thought they would because downtown doesn't have that strip feel yet. So what is a reasonable price, and what should people do? Should people focus on downtown, or is downtown destined to become another shopping mall? I don't know. I don't know what the answers to some of those questions are, but I know that I love downtown, and I know that I love every business that's downtown. I spend a lot of my time downtown. I'm currently sat in an office that's downtown. I have another office the other side of the bridge, which is downtown. So what do you do about downtown? How do you attract young people to come downtown? Because there's basically nothing for them to do downtown. There is a play park, which brings lots of young families downtown. And there's things for the young professionals downtown. But what do you do? How do you energize entrepreneurs to come downtown and do things, to set up their businesses there? $2 million is a lot for a young entrepreneur, or any entrepreneur for that matter, to come and buy a building up, renovate it, and then make a profit on top of that debt. So my question is, what is the long-term vision? Is it keep taking the development all the way down 2nd Street? Take a lot of those people out of those houses, put more and more and more there, more hotels, more centers, more restaurants, and become a bigger city like that? Is it to allow local people to invest in the current state of downtown? Now, maybe there isn't a committee that talks about this. I don't know. All I know is since I've started working downtown, more and more buildings have emptied or are now for rent or for sale. There used to be a lot more little boutique stores downtown, and I think it's becoming difficult for them to survive. And that may just be the climate we're in. But what is the plan? What is the plan for the riverfront, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, 4th Street, those places? And I'm talking, let's just stretch it from the convention center all the way to 1006. And say that space, what do you want there? Do you want the price of the real estate to skyrocket around those places? By adding in hotels, convention centers, and restaurants? Because if you do, those things have to survive. And currently, Airbnbs in Owensboro rent out 55 to 65% of the time. So you stick a Great Western downtown, Best Western, Great Western, stick any hotel downtown. It has to survive. And does it survive when more and more Airbnbs are popping up all over town and you can get downtown by driving in 5 minutes from anywhere in Owensboro? 5, 10, 15 minutes from anywhere in Owensboro? Big businesses are coming downtown, setting up their offices. I think that's fantastic. But what's the goal? What's the goal? Is it to have a quaint riverfront with a play park? And we'll settle there? Who's in control? Who's in control? I look out this window right now. There is a small building. Tyler Schuchman is the listing agent on it, being sold right there on 3rd Street. If people wanted to get downtown, if there was an attraction for people downtown, wouldn't these buildings be bought and filled pretty quickly? Now, if there isn't a plan, which there may not be, and maybe tax dollars don't need to go to planning for these things, but if there isn't a plan, who controls these prices? I'm not advocating for price control, but as a young person who foresees myself being in Owensboro for a very, very long time, looking at downtown thinking, I want this place to be as gorgeous as it can possibly get so my kids can grow up in a place that is wonderful. I want more coffee shops, more restaurants, more vibrancy, more culture. I look around and say, how can I as an individual begin to build the community that I want my children to grow up in? I look around at the properties and there's no entryway for me. And I know that I'm probably not alone in that. I want to see great things happen, see the people of Owensboro benefited through great services and products, see my children grow up in a community that's affluent, which happens through more economy. But I'm being stifled just by entryway prices. But when I said the building wasn't overpriced last week at $2 million, I thought it's because there's a lot of big hitters that roll around at $2 million is not a lot. But when you're talking 4, 5, 6 million for a private restaurant for some of the people that can drop that cash in town, what does downtown become? Does it become a community place, or does it become an upper crust playground? The upper echelons of society, it becomes their playground. Is there room for young people downtown? Historically, a lot of young people have left Owensboro because they've said there's nothing to do. There's no opportunity. Those are the two criticisms people who have grown up here say to me. There's no opportunity and there's nothing to do. Well, the nothing to do thing is silly, and I'm just going to wipe that away. But is there opportunity? I think there's plenty of opportunity in Owensboro. But there's also opportunity that I can't even get to. Yet. Hopefully yet. So you look around, you see all these fantastic properties, you see the potential, everyone does, like I said last time, but how do you get to it? How do we pick up some of these young entrepreneurs, these Gen Z entrepreneurs, who are stuck inside the school system being told you need to go get a 9 to 5? How do you energize them to take all the energy and passion that they're currently using to make money on Cash App and Robinhood, how'd you grab them by the bollocks and say, here's your avenue? Give back to the city that propped you up. Owensboro has more opportunity than it's probably ever had before because of the work that's been done downtown and because of the work that's going on out at 54. But now, how do we get the people, the individuals in the society, in it? How do we get them operating in it?